Another project, Kawasaki ER 5000, I think. Gas tank. I purchased it $50. And it is not bad on the right hand side, all pretty straight, no worries. Left hand side, big mess, big dent, crease coming down. This all here, very punched in and creased here. So I'm going to use this as an exercise on pulling out the dent and see if I can get that side to look like that side. And then I'll give it a sand and a paint, and I'll put it on eBay, I guess. But yeah, it'll be a good exercise to see if we can get it looking anywhere like what it's supposed to look. But we'll see how we go. Well, that's the first two dents highlighted on the tank. It's sharp dent. No, it's not so bad. What we'll try and do is pull this out, tap around the perimeter, and hopefully we can lift this back out. We might need a little bit of a shrink as well. There's too much metal there. This is going to definitely need a shrink because this thing's huge. But anyway, try these little ones first, just see how the tank metal thickness takes to the studs. We'll see what happens. Just with a small pin, I've got a dent puller that I got from the States. I've just put a couple of pins on, pulled it up, and it's come up pretty good. So I'll pop another one here and then just pull that low bit back up again and give it a tap around the edge, and we'll be getting pretty close with that one. It's pretty easy, that one. For all the pins I've put in, I've only got just a little bit. I've pulled a dent out here that's come up. I've got to try here. I'm working along here. This one is just so creased in. I think I'm going to have to apply a bit of heat, soften the metal up, and then pull and use the oxy at the same time and pull it up bit by bit. It's just the biggest whack. Anyway, try that tomorrow. Right, just made up a jig for the tank, so now I can pull these dents out. So I just got the fixing points on the side here, on the back, and through the front. So much more solid now. I'll have a go at the dents again. Many pins later, the main damage has been pulled out. Now I've just ground off the pins, so that's what all the bumps are. So once I get it to where I'm happy, I'll grind it right off and body file it and see what the highs and lows are. Lots of holes from the pull, which I'll TIG up and then grind off and see how it comes up. But yeah, big dent to pull, that's for sure. But I used the bigger pins. It was easier. I should have used the bigger pins from the start. But anyway, live and learn. But yeah, it looks very messy at the moment, but the dent's gone. Now it's just a matter of tightening it all up. It's the third skim coat of filler over the tank. Just trying to tidy up this edge here now. And then I think we're just about ready for a primer. and then a putty, and then a primer, and we'll go from there. I haven't worked out what I'm going to paint it yet. Whether I'm going to paint it like a motorbike race tank, put numbers on it, or I don't know. Haven't worked it out yet. Anyway, plenty of time, but that's where we're at the moment. So, cut all the pins off, ground it all down. Won't be able to be used as a fuel tank anymore because there's a couple of little holes where some of the pins came out, but it's not for that. It's just for me for the exercise. So yeah, that's it. That's what we're up to. A couple more small dents I found once I started sanding with the BA. I've just filled them. Another one over here, just under that lip. There was another dent there, just on that one as well. So just let that go off, give it a sand, and then back with the BA, and we'll get it ready for first coat of primer. It's ready to go now. I've just give it a wax and grease remover. So now we'll put a coat of sealer primer on, and then we'll wait for a couple of coats of that to dry, and then we'll move on. But yeah, I think it looks alright. Until I suppose you put paint on, you don't really see, but that's that 3M filler that I use, premium filler. I used to use Moto Spray filler. This lot is for dead. Just beautiful. Says it's nice and soft, manageable. You can use it. Yeah, much happier with the 3M. I suppose you get what you pay for, but actually works out better. I mean, 3 litres you get for $35, and I think that one cost me $20. It's about 500 grams. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Still puttying, sanding. I filled it in this morning because I really, I'll stop pressing the zoom. I really wanted to get this line back here. So, yeah, it looks better. So now I'll just wait for this to dry, put another coat of acrylic sealer on. Then wait for that to dry, give that a sand, and then put a base on. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the shape. Came out not bad. Not bad at all. So we'll wait till this dries properly. Another half an hour, 45 minutes. And then I'll put a sealer on it. Back on the tank. That's, I don't know how many coats of sealer. I refilled this under here today because I wasn't happy with the line. It's better, not perfect, but better. But I think I'm just going to live with that. I mean, it's only for the exercise of painting it, so I think I'm pretty happy. And both of these lines are pretty much the same, and considering what it's come from, it hasn't done too bad. It looks alright. Mind you, you'd never use it as a petrol tank again for a bike because it's got a lot of holes in it, but for my purposes it looks the same on both sides and looks better than what it did. But, so now I'll put a base on it, and then I'll work out what my colours are going to be. I was tossing up the idea of putting flames on it, but I'm not very good at, well, I haven't even tried flames to tell you the truth, but I suppose I've got to try everything once, give it a whirl, see what happens. Can only get it wrong. Anyway, that's it. Go on from there. Okay, just block that using what is it, 3M dry guide coat. And I just bought some new Durablocks, and they're amazing. It's just fantastic. This is the size I just used. Brilliant. It's about, I don't know, 12 mil thick, half an inch, and just fantastic. Light. Use it wet or dry. Brilliant. You get a kit. You get, what do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a kit. So that's all blocked out, smooth. Had a bit of a sand through there, but I'll fix that now. I'll just put a bit of etch in there, which should fix that, and then we'll be ready for a base. Etches a bit. It's only, what, 10 degrees today, I think. Yeah, 10 degrees. So, not really the warmest to be spraying, but I'm only spraying a water-based deep base, I think. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, considering what it looked like when I first started, it looks a lot better. But as I said, can't use it as a gas tank anymore. It's just a art piece, that's it. Anyway, I'll spray a little bit of etch on that bare primer there, or bare metal, and yeah, wait till that dries, and then I'll put a base. That's a couple of coats of Dark Sealer, water-based Wicked paints. Not too bad. There's a couple of little holes that I found that I'll need to put a bit of stop putty in, but I'll wait till this really dries up, and then I'll put those. There's just a couple of little blemishes, that's all. There's a little one down here as well. Should be able to nip those hopefully. And then there's a little one there, little one up the top, little one there. I didn't see him when I was sanding him, but anyway, there you go. You usually see when you put black on, that's for sure. Anyway, that's the couple of coats of the sealer. Let that dry overnight. Then, as I said, I'll give it a 2000 tomorrow, just to get this a little bit of. I didn't have any tack cloths. There's a little bit of fluff or something on the top, so I'll get rid of that. Smooth it all back off again. I'll get some tack cloths before I do the top. Yeah, I don't know what colour yet. I was tossing up maybe silver, but I'm not sure. Silver with blue flames, or anyway, I'll think about it, see how it works, I suppose. See how that all pans out. Anyway, that's it. That's the stop putty left overnight, and I've just sanded it off. So there was here, bit here, a couple of little ones here, and a couple of bits and pieces here. Just mainly pinholes in the filler. And that's about it. A little one down here. So now I'm going to spray another coat of the Sealer Black. And then the white came today, so I'll just try and put it in the cupboard. So the majority of it is going to be metallic white coarse, and there'll be some midnight blue and some silver blue. It should make a nice combination. We'll see how that goes. Another coat of, hopefully fine coat of black sealer. So that's sprayed with the 1mm spray gun. That's wet now, it dries to like a matte finish. But I think the stop putties actually worked, so I can't see any little holes anymore. Doesn't look like it, so I think we're good. So I don't know whether to be brave enough to put a first top coat of Pearl on today or wait. Anyway, we'll see how this dries out. I'll give it a bit of a sand, maybe 800, 1200 grit, and clean it off and tack it off, hopefully. I've got a tack off there yet. And yeah, put a pearl on and see what happens. I might use the Sato 1.3 and see how that goes. That's the metallic coarse white on the tank. I missed the step before this, which was the dark blue base, Wicked Paints 007. I sprayed that as a base, and this is the coarse white over the top. And that is a million times better than what I had yesterday. Yesterday I sprayed the metallic on a sealer, not a base, and it freaked. Now I had spent hours removing all the paint again, then I had to seal it, then I had to putty it, then I had to sand the putty, then I put a sealer on it, and then I put a base on it, and then I put the pearl white on it. Absolute killer, but happy with the result. Happy with the result indeed. So that's about 8 coats of white on there. Looks blue, but it's good because the pattern I'm going to do is midnight blue and silver blue, and so I'm much happier today than yesterday. Yesterday was a misery, but yeah, much better today. So much happier with that result today. Taped out now for the first pattern, first colour, which will be silver blue, which should be not much different than this. But we'll spray that now, just giving it a rub down with 800. So now we'll give it a spray and see how we go. So that's now 3 coats of blue silver. Looking on pretty nice actually. I just upped the pressure on the gun. I use a 1mm little gun, and I just pumped the pressure up a little bit, and it just seems to go on a little bit nicer. It doesn't seem to be so blotchy. It must be more atomisation with the pressure up higher. So it just seemed to go on a lot better than what it has previously. Or whether it's just a build up of paint, but it just seemed to flow on a bit nicer. Dry out a bit quicker too. If the paint wasn't so thick. I mean, it was thin the same reducer 4012. But yeah, it just seemed to go on a lot nicer. Anyway, that's that pattern, and another pattern tomorrow, and with the midnight blue, and we'll see what happens. That's taped out now and sprayed the midnight blue metallic. I had trouble this morning with the tape sticking. It's 3M tape, vinyl tape, that just up here just wouldn't stick. I don't know why. But anyway, some other question that I need to get answered. But I've sprayed that now. Then that'll dry in the sun for a good hour or so. And then I'll tape it out, tape that line out for the metal flake that'll go down the middle. Just a slight bit of metal flake, not heavy. Just as a feature down the middle, and then I'll work on the sides. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. Colour looks great. It'd look great against the silver blue and the white. Anyway, that's it. This is the pattern. I sprayed some metal flake. That is silver blue, that is midnight blue, that is the white over the blue base. I've just started taking the tape off, and the tape has pulled all the way back to the putty. So obviously the Wicked sealer didn't stick to the putty. So now I'm going to take this tape off here, and it's just going to peel all the way back to the putty. And I'm just going to start again. more time on the tank. Yesterday, after peeling the paint back to putty, I've now sanded it all the way back, or paint stripped it all the way back to bare metal. Now I've just touched up the filler again where the repair is, and I'll sand that back. Then I'll put a sealer primer on, and then I'll leave it for, what did I say, about half an hour, or I'll give it an hour, make sure it's really dry this time. Then I'll block sand that back, and then we'll see what we're looking at, whether I need to put a spray putty on. If I need to put a spray putty on, I'll do that, and then sand that back, and then another sealer, and hasn't stopped. Same thing over and over and over again. Anyway, hopefully at the end the result's there. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Many hours of work later, I've done the primer sealer, 3 coats. I've sanded that. I've just puttied. I'm waiting now a couple of hours for the putty to dry. Then I'll sand that. Another couple of coats of sealer. That'll dry. And then a base coat of Wicked, or a sealer coat, and then a base coat. But yeah, a lot of work to get back to where I was a week ago at least. But anyway, as long as it all gets it over the line this time around, hopefully. But I should have, in hindsight, removed all the old paint. Bad move. Anyway, it looks much better now. Much straighter lines. So, a little bit of filler, sanding, fill, sand, many times over, trying to get this line right. But yeah, it's pretty close now, so we'll go with that and see how it turns out. Just sanded that back with 400 wet and dry, and I'm pretty happy with the result. It's come up quite nice. It's pretty smooth. Can't really see any of the scratch marks from the previous sand. It's pretty good, pretty smooth. So now I'll give it 3 coats of the sealer again. Once it's got another 40 minutes, get it really dry. 3 coats of this, and then I'll wait for an hour, and then I'll block sand it, and then it's ready for a sealer. Yeah, unbelievably long time to muck around with this thing. God, if I was trying to make money out of it, it would have gone break a long time ago. But all the learning experience. Let's see how we go. That's the last coat of, hopefully the last coat of primer I put on. I sanded that back with 800 grit. It's pretty smooth, looks pretty good. So now I'm going to make up a sealer and seal it in dark sealer, and then that can stay overnight, completely dry, hopefully. And then tomorrow I'll put a base on and go from there. Start laying out the pattern, maybe. That's the second coat of Wicked Black Sealer. Went on pretty smooth, pretty flat. Now it's just drying with the one lamp that's left. And I'm just going to let that dry all night. So I'm hoping that that just bakes on, and then tomorrow I'll put the base on. Last thing I want is the same as last time and peeling the tape and it peels right back to the base. I don't understand that one, but anyway. Well, the thing I did different this time is I didn't put the Wicked base on top of the putty. I put a sealer primer on top of the putty, and then I put this on top of the sealer primer. I don't know whether that was the problem or whether the putty just wasn't dry properly, or well, I've got no idea. But anyway, we'll see how this goes this time. That's a tank with a couple of coats of What is it? It is Wicked Deep Blue base. Sprayed with the 1.2 gun. Not full open, about half. Sprayed it. Looks alright. It's getting late for it to dry. That's been, I've said about 40 minutes, 50 minutes. But there are some good coats, so I think we'll wait a bit longer. I might give it another couple of coats and then wait till it really dries and start marking out the pattern. Starting to lay out the pattern for the tank. This is, I have adjusted these tapes about 12 times. I've peeled them back, put them down, peeled them back, put them down. So the paint seems to be sticking really nice. So, and I haven't been gentle with it, I've just been ripping it back and the paint stuck, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. So this is going to be a silver, then a blue silver, and then a metal flake royal blue on a big, and then there'll be a metal flake royal blue down the middle with a blue silver and a silver, and that'll be it. So the majority of it will be silver over the blue base. We'll see how that comes up. Slightly different than what I did before. I did the white before, but now I've run out of white, so I'm just going to use what I've got. And we'll see how it turns out. The light blue tape, 3mm, 6mm, 6mm, is taped out for the silver blue metallic. So now I'll need to do the other side of this, 3mm, and then I pull the 3mm tape, cover it in, spray all the silver, and then see how that goes. Righto, that's all taped out now. Well, nearly all taped out, just got to tape out the middle. Trim out the bottom, and then pull the 3mm tapes out and spray all the silver. But yeah, a lot of hours of taping, but yeah, it looks okay. So now just trim it up, pull those out, tape this up, and that's it. Righto, so I've taped it all out, I've trimmed it all up, so now this is going to have the silver. Just pulling tape here, pulled a little bit, but the silver will get that, so not too concerned about that. Hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. But anyway, we're going to spray the silver now and see how that comes up. We'll put the coat on and see what we're doing. That's about 4 coats of silver on there. Had a few dramas naturally. Had a bit of a run here. I scuffed it out a bit this morning, gave it another coat, looks a bit better. Otherwise, it's not bad. I suppose it's all going to be decided once I pull the tape off for the next one. So yeah, that's stuck. Anyway, that's going to dry all day now because I need to put tape over the silver I just sprayed. And if I do that, when I pull it off, it's just going to pull it off, I'm sure of it. But anyway, we'll let that dry all day. Not a very warm day anyway. It was 8 degrees outside. So I've got it under the heat lamp, but I'll just let it dry. It takes forever, this water-based paint. Just solvent, it's quick at least, and it's dry. This, God, takes forever. Anyway, delicate, but ready for the next colour, which is the blue silver, which will go as like a shadow under the, or behind the blue metal flake. That's the tank taped out now for the second colour, for the blue silver, which this taping is driving me nuts. But anyway, hopefully it's all worth it in the end, and hopefully when I untape all this it doesn't peel all the paint off. Anyway, put some blue silver on it now and see how that looks. That's the blue silver done now. I just peeled back that first bit of tape so you can see the difference between the silver and the blue silver. So that tape pulled up beautiful, but that's only the masking tape. It's not that vinyl tape. That vinyl tape seems to stick like glue. Anyway, so that's the blue. The blue seemed to go on alright. Once I got the pressure right and turned the paint right down and closed the fan right down, I was putting on, when I put the first coat on, I put on way too much paint and it just freaked. But now I seem to have got it. It's only just needed to have a little bit of paint, very light on. So once I got the paint right, it went on beautiful. So once again, another lesson learnt. Anyway, that's the blue. I'll leave that dry now overnight, and then tomorrow I'll take that and then mask out for the blue metal flake. See how that goes. Last stage, and then do a clear. That's taped out now for the final colour, which is the metal flake raw blue. So now I've just got to remove all of this and then yeah, spray it up. Tape, tape, tape. Tape galore. Anyway, see how it goes. Okay, so that's all the tape pulled off. Now it's ready for the coat of metal flake. That tape came off beautiful. Didn't pull up anything. So hopefully it sprays nice. That's 3 coats of the metal flake. Went on pretty well. No runs, no dramas so far. So we pull the tape off, I suppose, but we'll see how we go. But that can dry now for a good hour or so, and then I'll pull the tape and see what we're looking at. But yeah, it went on pretty nice. I really like that raw blue. It's really nice. Anyway, pull the tape and see what it looks like. That's all tape taken off, no drama, didn't peel anything. So that's the finished product. Without the final clear, of course, which I'll do once I get some more clear. I don't run out of clear. But that's just the metal flake. So hopefully it flattens out a bit once we put the final clear on. And brings the, because these are both, colours are both metallics, so should bring the metallic up in them.